My name is Denz de Bayle, one of the Order of the Knights Templar. In this bitter winter of 1198, it has been 8 years since I departed from France, leaving behind my land, my castle, and more importantly, my family. I often wonder what possessed me to follow Richard the Lionheart to this place. In those days, he was a charismatic and enthusiastic young king. I suppose, like many others, that I was moved by his conception of the Holy Land and the promise of unconditional redemption. But the Holy Land didn't look much like the young king's vision. And the redemption we were guaranteed always felt just out of reach. However, even if this crusade didn't keep its promises, I did manage to catch a glimpse of what I sought. Liberation. Liberation for me and my bloodline.
Jean, it won't be long before overrun. Too many have already breached the Croc's fortifications.
I warned them, Martin. This is a mighty fortress, but it's hardly impenetrable. Today the sons of Saladin shall succeed, where their fathers failed for many years. Nevertheless, this fortress is of little importance. Do you have it with you?
Why else would I have sought you out amidst this havoc? Here, take it. I know it will find greater purpose in your hands than in mine. I will do my best to lead these soldiers until there are none to lead. You must continue our quest. Leave at once.
Martin, you know I cannot leave you behind. Our code forbids it. Moreover, you need to see this through, just as much as I do. United, we cannot fail.
Don't be a fool, Jean. It is my duty and mine alone to stay and command the men. As for you, I know you will succeed in our mission. You honor your tunic more than any Templar. Take the underpass to the southeast. Saladin's men have not attacked that wall yet. It shouldn't be difficult for one man to escape.
Thank you, Martin. I will find salvation for us both, as well as my son.
If your son inherited half the qualities of his father, he is beyond any doubt worthy of salvation. Go with God, old friend. Farewell.
No, Martin. We shall meet again. In France.
As I am not yet redeemed. The flames of hell shall bless my blade!
I take us now to where our story begins. Thousands of miles away, in the Kingdom of France, my family awaits my return. Or should I say, what's left of my family. When I departed for Jerusalem, my brother, cursed be his name, laid false claim to my lands and castle. The only treasure he could not steal was my son, Denz. If he walks proudly, it is because he bears the colors and the cross of the Knights Templar. This tunic is to him all that is left of me, my heirloom in a way. On this February evening in the year 1199, my quest remains unfinished. As for Denz, his is about to begin.
What happened here, gentle sir?
Why must God always persecute the weak?
That has nothing to do with God, old man. Who are these men?
The devil's fiends. That's who.
But as fate would have it, there is another hero who would be impossible to forget. His name is Esteban Noviembre, a Spaniard twice my son's age. He's a clever, mostly dependable man, but at the moment, how his destiny will intertwine with my son's is the furthest thing from his mind. He also has a particular gift, both getting into and out of trouble.
Ah, Esteban! Tracking you these last 3 days has finally paid off. How far did you think you'd get carrying our share of the loot? You lawless bastard! You better still have it! Right you are, hombre. I am lawless. And your share weighs uncomfortably in my pockets. I am concerned. Will I be able to carry what's left in your purses?
Unfortunately, my son has always been equally as gifted at finding trouble.
The village is empty, Lord de Mafra. Hardly worth drawing our blades.
Excellent, Bardois. And the church?
Unspoiled. It's just over that way, my lord.
Well, what do we have here? A Templar?
Did you get lost on your way to the Crusade, noble boy?
Templars? Ha! A priest with pretty tunics. I bet he wields that sword no better than a farmer.
Denz is a talented swordsman who has never let fear best him in a fight. Perhaps that stems from the burden he bears, the Templar's curse. It is a terrible power that in the coming days will shape his future.
Denz de Bayle, I have come to take you.
You again? Will you never leave me in peace? Be gone, Wraith!
Damned one, I will have you follow me to hell.
Come closer, and we'll see.
Fantasmas! Veo fantasmas!
I am nothing as simple as a phantom. You have spilled blood. It is time to atone for your sins, and I have come to collect.
You're just a madman. He's going to stop, just like the other times. I only need to find somewhere to come to my senses.
Not now. It is not my time yet. If I take lives, I do so for justice.
To struggle is futile. I am death. I am everywhere. I am always. When I am sent to claim a soul in his name, I take it. None escape.
Unfortunately for you, I know where my soul will be out of reach. I told you already. My time hasn't come yet. This place is hallowed ground. A threshold you cannot cross. Will not take me this day, O death.
I told you. I am everywhere. I am always. Time matters not. One day, you won't escape me. I need only one moment to claim your soul.
It's not my time. At the very least, I have a safe place to spend the night.
It's only a nightmare. Just a nightmare. What a realistic nightmare. But did I really fall asleep in a church?
My brother's ill deeds forced my son from his home into the life of a wanderer. He offered his blade to whomever could provide enough coin for him to eke out a meager living. From feud to skirmish, from brawl to duel, he found himself in the service of Boniface de Montferrat. In the summer of 1199, this lord's soldiers laid siege to the castle of Byron, where an old friend dwelled.
Release!
Enter Baudoin de Flandre, commander of Boniface's army. Their collusion is a dangerous one, and my son has the misfortune of serving under his command.
We've tarried beneath the walls of these cowards for 30 days. But no more! Today, I want to see Martin Dalgaze on his knees! I want his doors razed, his coffers looted, and his men slaughtered. Mercenaries! Time to earn your pay, dogs. On this night, you will either feast until dawn, or the crows and worms will feast on your rotting carcasses! It matters little to me. This is the final hour!
My lord, all of our assaults have failed! It's the portcullis! It's too strong, even for the ram! We have to set it ablaze first or damage it somehow!
Aye, my lord. They rain arrows on us like a pissing cow! We can't get close enough!
Enough of your whimpering. These mantlets will shield you from the arrows. Get close enough, then use the saltpeter bags to burn down the portcullis. The battering ram can finish the job, got it?
Why do we even risk our arses to destroy a portcullis when we could just use the trebuchets to destroy the walls, huh?
Because Boniface de Montferrat, the man funding your miserable lives, wants the castle unscathed. And I intend to offer it to him that way. Now go! You two, get on the first mantlet. You two there, on the second. Spaniard, you're with de Bayle on the third.
De Bayle? Such a pretty name for a mercenary. Can he even lift a sword?
That he can. As for his name, perhaps he fashions himself a hero. But enough talk. 6 men on the battering ram. You'll follow from behind the mantlets. Now go! Victory or death!
Listen close, Spaniard. We only push between arrow volleys. As soon as we see arrows, we stop and pray that nothing penetrates this maggot wood. Got it?
Hey, hero boy. I don't feel like dying any more than you do.
Well, it seems you know how to wield a blade. Now, let's see if you can wield fire half as well.
Madre de Dios! This nightmare! Not again!
The Spaniard might be surprised. To me, your powers are commonplace.
Then you are damned as well. 2 bearers of the curse, but it makes no difference. I will not allow you to claim what I've spent my life to protect.
Am I still in a nightmare? Or did you really just save my life?
It is a nightmare, but it's more real than you might think. Stand up and fight if you want to live.
You got it, caballero. I'll fight with you. I owed you my life, but you owe me an explanation.
I will answer all of your questions later. For right now, let us drive this demon back together.
This will be your grave. I never imagined Boniface would send a bearer of the curse. You seem to have mastered its effects very well. Who are you, mercenary?
I am no mercenary. In my veins flows the blood of the Templars. The blood of the de Bayle family.
De Bayle, you say? Then you are the son of Jean de Bayle. Huh? I understand now why your father had so much faith in you.
What? You know of my father? You must tell me!
Martin, it's been a long time.
Boniface de Montferrat. When I heard that Valois was assaulting my castle, I knew at once that he worked in your shadow.
You are relieved of your service, mercenaries. Valois, take them to the encampment and pay them generously. The battle is won.
My lord, this man...
I have spoken. Your job here is done.
What? What do you mean?
Leave us before the coffers are emptied and you miss out on your share.
Let's go, Esteban.
My old friend, dear old Martin. I know you've hidden the relic somewhere in this castle, but you would sooner die than put it into my hands, would you not? I will make sure that is exactly what happens.
You fool! Do you think I'm stupid enough to have kept it here? I gave it to a man who deserved it, more than I. And I have seen the sun shine greater than even that night. Boniface, you imbecile!
Son. Enough of your blasted riddles. Who is the son you speak of? Tell me, Martin.
Your hatred of the world will bring you to your demise.
You'll talk, or you'll die.
De Bayle. Where is the young De Bayle?
You gave him notice, my lord. He took his gold and left with that Spanish friend of his.
What? Damn. Did he say anything about where he was going?
Be at ease, sire. Denz de Bayle is going to the Chateau de Clé to take part in the jousting tournament. It seems he wants to enlist in the forthcoming crusade.
The Chateau de Clé. So, the young De Bayle seeks his father, who never returned from Jerusalem, and the crusade is his shot in the dark. He must know where to look. That is excellent.
Denz, wait! Are you sure you want to do this?
The crusade is the only hope I have of finding my father. If I want to enlist, this tournament is my best option.
So you're going to fight, all to make the other caballeros notice you?
Yes, but it is a jousting tournament, and I will have to declare my knighthood to enter.
Aren't you going to need a squire? Every knight worth his salt has one.
Esteban, I've enjoyed our camaraderie, but our journey together ends here. Good luck.
Hear ye, O gentle ladies, O noble sires! Hear ye, kind lords and valiant warriors! The duels have been concluded. Today begins the 2-on-2 games. Registration is now open.
See? That's destiny.
Yes, it seems destiny has a sense of humor, but Has destiny brought me the squire I need?
Oh, come on! My blades thought they had already proven their worth. And you will not find a better sparring partner, hombre.
I am listening, young lord.
I am Denz de Bayle, son of Jean de Bayle. I wish to enlist in the tournament.
Very well, my lord. Who shall be your companion of arms?
This man. His name is Esteban Noviembre.
So be it. Sir Denz de Bayle and Esteban Noviembre have been enrolled in the tournament. May success and fortune be upon you.
Tell me, Secretary, is it true that the Lord of Villehardouis is recruiting for the Crusade?
At the behest of His Holiness Pope Innocent III, Fouque de Neuilly himself has come to preach the Crusade's want of able men. And undoubtedly, young lord, this tournament in particular is the occasion to draw the eyes of venerable benefactors to your blade.
Excellent. Thank you.
So, partners once again?
One last thing, my lord. If you hope to succeed, you may want to take a moment before the tournament begins to practice with the other participants. It's possible you'll find an occasion to learn new moves that way. You and your companion shall be called forth when your turn comes. Who's next? Are there no other valiant knights willing to do battle?
Well, let's review the basics. Now, when your adversaries are parrying all your blows, you can use a guard break to breach their defenses.
A guard breaker, eh?
Now begins the melee trials! Here enter the Lord Denz de Bayle and his companion of arms, Esteban Noviembre. Their adversaries will be the Lords Antonius de Fougère and Caribert de Montségur.
Look up there, Esteban, in the box. That is Geoffroy de Villehardouis. He chooses who goes and who stays. I must shine if I want to get recruited.
I've got a bad feeling about this crusade thing, old man. But I have a debt to repay. I'll help you shine.
Let's review another technique, the deflection counter.
Deflection what? Never heard of it.
You can deflect the attacks of your enemies in order to gain the advantage of a counter-strike. Once your opponent has lost his balance, you have a small window of time to strike. It may even be a lethal blow.
Oh, really? Let's try it.
Let the melee trials continue! Here are the combatants! Here are the last round's winners, the Lord Denz de Bayle and his companion of arms, Esteban Noviembre. And to face them, please welcome the Lord Trasamund de Cazeneuve and his faithful companion of arms, Théodéric d'Étampes.
We have to win. I'm counting on you.
Have no fear.
If the guard break allows you to penetrate your opponent's defenses, you should know that your enemies will not hesitate.
You won't defeat me! What a surprise!
Not this again!
You're going to make it, Esteban. Victory is ours.
So this is how you overcame Dalgaze. You, too, belong to the masquerade.
Now what? Aren't you done?
The young de Bayle is worthy. Go, treat with him, and offer him what he wants. His chance to join our army.
As you wish, man. Will we also need his companion?
The old Spaniard? Yes, but I can't recall his name.
September, I think. Or December. a month in the year.
Good, de Bayle. Good.
Esteban, I know I've asked you to help me earn my place in the Crusader army, and I thank you for that.
Help me understand, amigo. What is this curse? Why do I see the burnt men and the flaming skeletons?
Don't worry. We will free ourselves from the curse. We will find a way.
Lord de Bayle? Sire Noviembre?
Ah, sire. I like the way that sounds.
How can we be of service?
The Lord Geoffroy de Villehardouis, master of this castle, wishes to inform you, sires, that you are invited to join the ranks of the very saintly army that departs for Jerusalem tomorrow. You are also invited to his encampment outside town, from where the army shall depart.
Thank you. Where is that encampment?
So Denz, you're serious about this Crusada thing, eh?
Yes. The Crusade is the only hope I have to set things right.
Help me understand, amigo. Are you trying to strike it rich? Maybe come home with an exotic wife or two?
Nothing so trivial. It's my father. He never came home from Jerusalem.
Ah, then your father fought in the Third Crusade?
Yes. He was a skilled warrior. I was only a boy when he left to go fight under the Lionheart King's standard. In his absence, well, my uncle, he...
Yes?
He destroyed my family. He took everything we had. Our home, our land. Only my father can set things right. And I must find him.
Wait, caballero. Let me get this straight. You're telling me that everything we've done until now has been because you believe that one old man will come back from a crusade, or quite possibly the grave, to single-handedly reclaim an entire castle? Are you mad, or just an idiota?
My father is the rightful heir. He can make my uncle relinquish what was not his to take.
Madre de Dios, help me. He's lost it.
Let's get one thing straight, Spaniard. I don't care what you think. And I'm going to find my father. No matter what it takes.
And you plan to do that? All while we're being hunted by La Muerte himself.
That was an unforeseen complication.
You're going to need me in the coming days. I think maybe I should accompany you.
I don't know if that's such...
There they are! Fools! Nobody humiliates Baudouin de Flandre and lives. You'll pay for your offense. In blood!
Isn't this just perfect? Got any ideas?
There's always a way out, Spaniard. You only need to know how to find it.
If you're talking about trying to punch a hole through this wall, I wouldn't recommend it.
And this is one case where the curse can be used to our advantage. Focus. Search your soul. More of them.
We've got them now. In the name of Lord de Flandre, kill them!
Come on! We don't have time for these! I hoped your daddy taught you to ride before he left. Yeah! Ride, Denz!
Yeah!
Denz! Are you sure this is the way to the Villehardouis camp? He better not leave without us then! Yeah! Go, Princessa!
Princessa?
Did you drop something?
It seems the old Spaniard can still move. The Villehardouis camp cannot be far from here. This is it. The Villehardouis camp. This is the point of no return. Are you sure you want to follow me in this, Esteban?
What choice do I have? If I stay, I'll be slain by the Flanders men.
You're from Spain, aren't you? Haven't you considered going home?
To end up on a scaffold? No, thank you.
You would follow me to escape death, and it would seem the wiser choice. But is it truly? It's going to be a long journey, and the risk of losing your head will be far greater than all the hatchets waiting for you in Spain. What's more, the crusade is a sacred quest. A godless man has little to gain from embarking on it.
I never said I was without faith.
The only laws you keep are your own, are they not?
I may be lawless, but I am a man of principles. You saved my life, and I owed you as much, hombre. I'd be a bloodstain on Dalgase's sword if you hadn't been there.
Then you're the first lawless man of principles I've ever met.
Halt! Who goes there?
I am Denz de Bayle, and this is my squire, Esteban Noviembre. At the invitation of Lord Geoffroy de Villehardouin, we have come to aid our brethren in bearing the cross to the Holy Land.
You are certainly strong, boy. But you'll not be joining any crusades this night.
Not him again. I hope we won't be sharing a ship.
He's one of the High Barons. Of course he's here.
Your charade has been entertaining. But your performance ends here, little tin-pot knights.
Entertaining? We've ridiculed your name. They can hear the Kingdom of France laughing at you all the way in Italia.
I doubt he's heard the joke, Esteban. Maybe a second round of entertainment would help.
I like the sound of that, Denz.
De Flandre, you've sent half your army after us, yet here we are. This game, as entertaining as it is, must cease. We've won. Now let us pass.
You've no authority here, whelp. This crusade will be my crowning achievement, and I won't let you tarnish it!
Stop this at once! What are you fools doing?
Just defending our lives from this lunatic, my lord. The Flandre is out for our blood.
Have the three of you gone mad? We are all Christians here. Why do you turn your blades on each other, when we will have our fair share of fighting in the coming crusade?
The crusade is why we have come, sire.
De Bayle. You're the young warrior from this morning, yes? I remember you. Come in, but please, keep your sword sheathed. As for you, De Flandre, you dishonor this entire company, a man of your rank. You there, take him to the chaplain and get him patched up.
Ha ha ha! He got what was coming to him.
If he leads this crusade with as much skill as he wields his sword, the Saracens will surely entertain him.
Denz?
Yes?
What is this curse? Why do I see the burnt men and the flaming skeletons? How is it that I can destroy walls with my bare hands?
It's more than likely hereditary, at least in your case. I would guess that perhaps your father, or even his father before him, committed a grievous sin.
My father? A sinner?
I don't know. It could even be you. Regardless, the curse falls on those responsible for the vilest affronts on humanity, and rests within their blood for generations. Call it divine retribution if it suits you. Its origin is just as much a mystery to me.
But all right. I may not have led the most righteous life. I've stolen some, trinkets in my time. Hardly anything deserving of eternal damnation.
Then it falls on your family. It's not something I can tell you. The point is, you and I are damned to hell. There is no escaping that fate.
I hear you, hombre.
This place is not real. I must be dreaming. Mother! This is impossible!
Son, look upon your mother. You let them hang her.
Mother, please forgive me. I could...
Denz, what are you doing in my dream? This is getting more and more ridiculous.
This is no dream, my friend. It's death. He's trying to claim our souls, even in our sleep. Curse is consuming us.
What are you saying? Does that mean we're... dead?
No, not yet, Esteban. We are ensnared by the trap death laid for us. But he hasn't won yet.
Really? Well, if he is truly La Muerte, how come we haven't been taken yet?
I don't know for sure. But I believe that since we now fight side by side, he has grown wary.
Huh? You mean he fears us?
Well, not exactly. He knows he will have to be crafty if he wants to claim us.
Crafty? Then in me, he has found a worthy adversary. If I were a crafty Ángel de la Muerte, I think I might use that fountain to trap us. Doesn't it look a little out of place?
I believe nothing that we see here truly belongs. Death is using our dreams against us, turning them into nightmares.
Ah! My arms are covered in fire, yet I feel no pain.
Yes, these are the flames of purification. Our understanding of the curse is growing. The power of these flames will allow us to purify this place.
Oh, my soul is trapped in this cursed gate. Burn its wood. Free me. Purify me.
Ha! Damn! You think this is over? Did we get him?
No. Unfortunately, he'll keep on tracking us down. And believe me, it wasn't the last time we'll have to face him.
My son and his new friend were inducted into the crusading army at Soissons, where they trained for 2 years. There they met soldiers from the armies of the High Barons, Thibaut de Champagne, Simon de Montfort, Renaud de Chatillon, and of course, Boniface de Montferrat and his commander, Baudouin de Flandre, who had come to swell the ranks of the crusade. Soon, almost 30,000 men were expected to depart for Venice. There, de Villehardouin and the 5 High Barons were negotiating the construction of a fleet of vessels with the Doge of Venice, the venerable Enrico Dandolo. Thibaut de Champagne, having been the first to sound the call for the crusade, was determined to be the strongest candidate to lead it. Alas, he never had the opportunity to command the Holy Army, as he died in May of 1201. No sooner was he laid to rest than a replacement was sought. Boniface de Montferrat was a charismatic leader, and his ability to be at the right place at the right time made him a man who could be counted on. With the influence of Baudouin de Flandre, he garnered favor and was chosen as the new commander of the Fourth Crusade. In the summer of 1202, the Crusaders set out on the road to Venice. Alas, desertions were numerous, and when fall came, only 12,000 men presented themselves. Even after a noteworthy collection from every Crusader, the High Barons were still 34,000 marks short, a sum necessary to pay the Venetians, who had invested heavily in the construction of the Crusade's fleet. A shrewd businessman, Doge Enrico Dandolo offered the Crusaders an interesting way to settle their debt. For several years, Venice had struggled to maintain its control over Zara, a Croatian harbor loyal to the King of Hungary. Dandolo offered the Crusaders extra time to make good on their payment, under the condition that they helped the Venetians reclaim Zara. The High Barons were conflicted. Some refused to raise their swords against other Christians, but with the risk of losing their investment and the fear of failing to reach Jerusalem, they agreed to besiege Zara. The crusade had just merchandised itself for the first time, straying further away from its holy cause. In the midst of these proceedings, Boniface de Montferrat managed to discreetly leave the Crusades on personal business in Rome. There he secured a secret audience with the Pope. I would only learn what transpired there a long time later. As for Denz, aided by his unlikely Spanish friend, he was only beginning to prove his value on the battlefield.
You know, Denz, where I come from, they'd call this a misión suicida.
Not so loud, Esteban.
Eh? Not so loud? These guys send us to a watchtower, filled with guards, to destroy an iron chain with links that are probably broader than our thighs. And all you've got to say is, not so loud?
Esteban? Maybe if you hadn't hit that captain in the face during lunch and questioned the honor of his mother, he would be in a drier place right now.
Oh, come on! That pig was cheating at dice!
Look, like it or not, it's that chain or us. We can't turn around until we've done something about it. Please be quiet, or someone will discover us.
Look, you were right. The chain's mechanism is behind that grate, but it's the only way in.
Locked. We're not getting through this way. Let's go around and find another entrance. Trust me.
My God! It's a slaughter! This is war!
There they are! Get them!
Esteban, flank him!
Brethren, steel yourselves, Crusaders! Today we will bring the very sky down upon these infidels! Blades against your shields, men! Let the sound carry as a righteous thunder that will cleanse this filth from the earth!
Has this entire army gone mad? We're sailing straight to our death!
We'll be ashore soon. Be ready for the worst.
Ah, how can you be so calm all the time? It's annoying. Remind me again why I followed you?
You insisted.
Listen up! Our objective is to make our way to the ramparts as quickly as we can. Take no chances with your lives, unless you want to lose them. If you don't see the enemy, expect arrows. It will rain iron. And if you don't heed the signs, your blood will spill. Am I clear on that? One more thing. With God as my witness, I will personally strike down any man who strays from the mission to the lure of gold and jewels. Our rewards will come later. Precious objects will only weigh you down and get you killed. Greed will be the death of you. If not by the enemy, then by my hand.
Try and stop me.
Know that God is on our side, and the kingdom of heaven awaits those who toil in his name. God be with you, Crusaders!
For my father.
Ready! Brethren! Get under your shields or die!
Your shield is your life. Hold it in front of you or you're a dead man.
You got it! When I see arrows, I play the tortuga!
Got to find a way to raise that portcullis.
Can't we just wait here for somebody to open it for us?
You wish, Spaniard. Got to find a way in.
Maybe we should take a stroll fishing that way. Land will be damp. And there's riches to be had there.
Let's move then. Stay close to the ramparts. Unless you want to be perforated.
These gates must fall. Who among you will make it so?
Dios mío. Do I hate that man.
You two cowards hiding from the real fight? Find a way to take down that door, or I'll have you thrown into the bloody sea.
As you wish, my lord.
Why did you let him bark orders at you like that? Do you not remember how many times we put him in his place? I can't believe the Flanders sent us to open this damn gate all by ourselves. He's trying to kill us.
Soldiers, stay low.
Take up defensive positions! We can't let them push us farther back at any cost!
They're here! They're here! Kill them!
For Croatia!
How can this be? We're at the gates, but I don't see a single enemy soldier.
Denz? Maybe you're just not looking hard enough.
What? They've made it this far? Let's cut them down, men! That took you long enough. Next time I'll have to send someone more competent.
A ballista? Why send us at all, then?
Siege weapons seem the next logical move. Operating on the assumption that you two had died. Is it not magnificent?
Oh, we're fine. Thanks for asking.
If you're done idling, then get ready for your next assignment. You two shall escort the ballista across the main street all the way to the peninsula. If it doesn't make it there in perfect shape, you'd better have deserted by the time I see it.
Ah, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of it sooner?
You others with me! We'll have to clear the way for the ballista. Move out! De Bayle! Noviembre! Use that ballista to destroy those wooden hoardings of the tower!
We're almost there. Don't give up on me now, Spaniard.
I'll cover you! Destroy them quickly!
Ah! De Bayle! Noviembre! This gate blocks our advance! I want it open now!
Can't we just wait here for somebody to open it for us? Do we really have to do this ourselves? I thought we had men for this.
Noviembre! Instead of making witty remarks, find a way to take down that door or I'll have you thrown into the bloody sea. Don't keep me waiting, you curs! Open it!
Mierda. Have you forgotten who you're talking to?
This town will be mine, and I will go down in history as the conqueror who claimed it. Let those who want their share of my glory follow in my footsteps. As for the others, they can stay behind to die at our backs.
He really hates us. Rotten luck, isn't it? They're going to take everything. Farewell treasures. Goodbye, bags of gold.
Don't worry. We'll give them a head start, and then we'll move on.
Knights, I am the guard captain of Zara's elite. In the name of the King of Croatia, his place marks the end of your baseless assault.
Lay down your weapons, warrior. It's too late. Your city is ours.
I'd listen to him if I were you. Don't be an idiota.
Oh, cursed Crusaders! Here you see the 5 worlds, filled with the skeletons of the countless invaders who have marched on our city in centuries past. I hope you find their company pleasant, for you are about to join them. For eternity!
Don't be unreasonable. We outnumbered you.
You think so? Hardly. What? You carry the curse as well? Who are you?
We tried to tell you you were making a mistake, hombre. Now we're pissed.
I am Denz de Bayle, son of Jean de Bayle. My quest is just, and you will not stand in my way.
You have defeated me, but I will wait for you in hell.
We will free ourselves from the curse. We will find a way.
You are a pretentious young man. You are cursed! Nobody has ever escaped it.
You're wrong. I will redeem my soul.
Redemption? I have heard of a way, but you are too late. Another has already begun, seeking the way out.
What? Who is looking for a way out?
The worst of your lot. The one who commands your armies.
The Flander? That old coward?
I don't think so. He's a simple man. It has to be someone more cunning.
You're right. Someone who would be wise enough to lie low in the shadows without arousing suspicion.
There can be only one.
I don't understand it, Denz.
De Montferrat is looking for a way to redeem his soul. Or maybe the soul of someone close to him. He knows a way to undo the curse.
And this so-called diversion led him to Zara, where he seems to have found a clue of some sort. But what could it possibly be?
I have no idea, Esteban.
Do you think it's related to his attack on Byron?
Maybe it is. Martin Dalgais could have had something Boniface needed. All we have to go on is guesswork. But if we can find out what he knows, maybe we could redeem our souls and dodge hell altogether.
He must have the same idea. Unless he's loco.
Well, trying to avoid eternal damnation in hell seems as valid a reason as any, doesn't it?
Oh, don't remind me. I think I'd prefer the plague to this curse. How many carry this burden? Finding a way to get rid of it would be a blessing for us all.
I find you surprisingly charitable for a lawless man, Esteban.
But certainly not heartless, hombre.
Make way for Lord de Montferrat! Well done, Bandois. I expected nothing less of you. Before sunset, the Venetians will have this city conquered for themselves, and we will be free and clear of any debts or obligations. Crusaders, stay true to the objective. You shall have eyes for nothing but the red chest. You shall not break nor burn anything in your path. Search from the deepest dungeons to the highest corners of the ramparts. Leave no stone unturned. And find it!
It shall be done, my lord.
You are the young de Bayle, are you not?
Yes, my lord.
I have heard about your valorous deeds. In fact, de Villehardouin does not stop raving about you. I wonder, would you accept a charge at my behest?
Might I know to what end before I accept, my lord?
You see, the master of this city is, shall we say, a peculiar man. His name is Ladislaus. He waits for us at the end of these battlements. He is a powerful warrior who draws his power from the curse. You know of what I speak, do you not?
I would not deny it.
Not so long ago, Ladislaus governed Zara with a just hand. Then the curse took its toll. He fought against it for many years, at first keeping it at bay, then attempting to tame it. And eventually, he tried to control it. But the curse bested him in that endeavor. His futile struggle drove him to madness. Unfortunately for us, insane as he is, Ladislaus remains a mighty warrior, well capable of repelling an entire army on his own. He would use his mastery of the curse to an unspeakable end.
I understand what you would have me do. But mad or not, what honor is to be gained by unseating this man?
I've heard that your uncle took your land and your castle from under you, de Bayle. Is that true?
I will reclaim what is ours soon enough. And my uncle will receive no less than he deserves.
I have no doubt. But to make that happen, you must locate your father, yes? They tell me he is the reason you joined our crusade.
That is true. He is the only one who can assert rightful ownership of our property, if I ever manage to bring him back home.
Then, you think he is still in Jerusalem?
He never returned from the Third Crusade. If he's still alive, that's where I'll find him.
Very well, then. I have a cadre of well-informed men positioned in the Holy Land who may be able to find some clue as to Jean's whereabouts. Here is my offer. Serve me by fighting Ladislaus, and I will send out my men to gather information. What say you?
With my neck on the line, it seems I still have more to risk.
Then we have an agreement. I shall seek you out after he is defeated. Do not disappoint me, de Bayle.
Denz, I trust that man as far as I can throw him. Be careful.
He's powerful and he has connections, Esteban. If he does have information about my father, I can't afford to ignore his proposal.
But something's not right. I can't put my finger on it. But I've got a bad feeling about this hombre.
Well, he knows more than he's letting on, that's for sure.
See? I told you. Wait. How are you so sure?
I never told him my father's name was Jean.
Ah, you're a clever man, amigo. But watch your back. Ever hear the proverb, if someone lends you their right hand, it's probably to beat you with the left?
Yes, and I know another that says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
We'll be following that one to the letter, that's for sure.
We hold it close. The world's true heart beating from within its velvet shroud. The 100 faces of the curse have whispered. They want it. But it is ours, and they shall not have it. The blood runs from the mouth like spoiled wine, leaving under the tongue its bitter dregs. The light sent only its executioners. They shall die under our blades.
Hey you! Time to surrender. Your city has fallen.
Drop your weapons, Ladislaus. Your men are no more, and Zara is taken. We have won.
Weapons break the skin. The curse tears at the soul. You see the sun while it rains blood. It will take you to the depths of the abyss. An abomination. It will never release you. So many times we've tried. So many times we've failed. Tell me, my companions in adversity, what did your last nightmares teach you? Ours revealed nothing. Does the world's true heart bring us no answers? Neither to us, nor to you, nor to anyone else.
Estás zafado. It's like two people are talking with the same mouth. Careful, Denz.
The world's true heart? What are you talking about, Ladislaus?
Who sent you? What are you looking for? The world's true heart is safe in its chest, while we sit upon a throne of flesh. Don't you understand? If you haven't experienced it yourself, their deaths are their own.
Safe in its chest? It must be the red chest in Montferrat is after. But what is the world's true heart? Listen to me carefully. If you give the heart to us, You will be allowed to live. I swear it.
Yeah! Trust Denz Ladislaus. It's better if you give it to us, instead of him.
The Blades of Nights are stained with curses. Hell rises. The journey's end is nigh. Your armor melts on your skin. Your brittle bones crack in the flames. What is there to trust in one's nightmares? The world's true heart will remain in our hands. It is ours!
De Bayle, my young friend. I knew you would survive. Don't waste your breath trying to make him talk. My men have found what I came for.
Here it is, my lord. The loony bastard had hardly hidden it, and we found it easily. By rights, you should open it, my lord. Safer that way.
Behold, warriors, a fragment of the true cross. It is divine proof that our crusade is just. Kneel before God, my brethren. Kneel before me. Baudouin, let de Villehardouin know that we have taken the city. I'll have the camp settled on the port.
At once, my lord.
De Bayle, my word is my bond. I shall keep my end of the deal.
Esteban, I believe your talents are about to become very useful. Tonight you'll shadow them. Try to learn what you can about this.
Finally! A task worthy of my skill. I wear the night as a mantle.
Let me help you understand, Baudouin. Redemption has become irrelevant. The relics are the key to our ascension, and we shall gather them.
Then our souls won't be redeemed? And eternity in hell no longer frightens you? I thought...
You aren't following me, are you? There is so much more to gain. Redemption is a scrap from the table. Baudouin, my dear Baudouin, you've burned entire villages to the ground. You were losing yourself to the hatred. And who was there to channel that rage and give it purpose?
You did, my lord. And I am ever grateful for that.
That's right. I was there to counsel you then, and I am here to guide your hand now. Have faith in me, as you always have, and you will not regret it.
I defer to your wisdom, my lord. But at some point, I will need to know what is to be gained. What can be more important than redemption?
A legacy. All the lands you have conquered, all that you have fought for, you will keep them. People will remember you as a master of war. But to that end, our quest must be achieved.
My sword is yours, my lord. What is to be done with Ladislaus?
Before he became unhinged, his love of the sea surrounding this city was well known. Let the Cretan be thrown from the battlements, so that he might unite with it. Surely he could not dream of a sweeter sentiment.
As you wish, sire.
Esteban, what news?
This crusade is a damn pack of lies, hombre. Our attack on Zara had nothing to do with the Holy Land. And I'd say, the payment of the Venetians for the fleet of ships is nothing but a convenient coincidence.
What? What do you mean?
Your amigo de Montferrat is using the crusade to search for relics. Like the fragment of the Veracruz. I don't know what he wants with him, but he's got something to do with the curse.
There was some truth to the captain of the guard's words. De Montferrat wants to redeem his soul using the relics.
No, Denz. I believe the captain was misled. De Montferrat is definitely trying to do something besides find redemption for his soul.
How could that be? You're sure of this? What else would he do with the relics?
I didn't learn enough to say for sure. We'll have to keep digging. But it was pretty obvious that he's planning on drawing his profits from it here in this life. He certainly isn't going to wait until he's dead.
And what role does de Flandre play in this?
Oh, he's part of the Montferrat scheme, all right. He follows him everywhere, like a hungry dog. He's got something to gain from this too, that's for sure.
My father must be connected to all of this somehow. Whatever de Montferrat was looking for in Byron Castle, what he wanted from Dalgais, It has to be one of the relics. How many of them are there? What will de Montferrat do when he gets them all?
I don't know, but the road to Jerusalem awaits. If I understand what I just heard, he'll be looking for something there too.
You're right. If there is one place that would play host to a cache of blessed relics, the Holy Land would be it. It's best to sleep on it for now, Esteban. Our quest is far from over, and we'll need the rest.
Wake up, Esteban. It's the middle of the night. Let me sleep.
No, Esteban. This is no night. It's another dream.
Mierda! Hardly worth calling it a dream. It's another one of Death's nightmares, right?
Come, draw your blade. Maybe we can put an end to this adversary once and for all. Father! Have you been drawn in as well? Father! No!
Pull yourself together, hombre. It's death, playing with our nerves. We have to stay strong.
You're right. This is not really my father.
Just focus on reaching that light. Like last time, remember?
Let's move, Spaniard. Here's the fountain.
It hasn't changed since last time.
What will it have to teach us?
I am held prisoner inside this door. Free me. Purify me.
Ah! New powers or not, that was a harder battle than before. What hope do we have of success against death next time?
We are not immortal, Esteban. He will win, eventually. And on that day, whether or not we are damned is all that will matter.
As winter fell in 1202, the Venetian conquest of Zara was complete. Pope Innocent III threatened to excommunicate the whole of the Crusade for this fratricidal attack. But Boniface de Montferrat, who had returned from Rome just in time to witness the victory, had already provided a reason for him to stay his hand. During his visit, de Montferrat had a discussion with his cousin, Philip of Swabia. Philip introduced him to the young Alexius Angelus IV, son of the Byzantine Emperor Isaac Angelus II. Alexius IV told of a power struggle in his homeland of Constantinople. His uncle, Alexius III, had usurped the throne in 1195 after gouging out Isaac II's eyes and leaving him to rot in a jail. Having heard of the Crusade's great debt to Venice, Alexius IV made Boniface a rather interesting proposition. He would pay the Venetians, provided that the Crusaders help him reclaim the Byzantine throne and free his imprisoned father. The Venetians, who had been in open conflict with the Byzantines for 20 years, were pleased by Alexius IV's proposition. Indisposed to fight other Christians despite the attack on Zara, the High Barons were convinced by the Catholic clergy that the Orthodox Byzantines were just as great a threat as the Muslim forces that now occupied Jerusalem. Truth be told, the crusading army had become little more than a legion of mercenaries, ready to sell itself to the highest bidder. Heavily in debt, unable to continue its quest to Jerusalem without support, the crusade seemed more than ever a shadow of its once pious intentions. When spring arrived, the Crusaders set out for Constantinople and arrived in July 1203 at the foot of the city's battlements. As for my son, his skills as a warrior were tested and proven in the previous battle. The High Baron saw fit to entrust him with a modest squadron of his own.
I have the strangest sense of déjà vu, Denz.
Everything is going to be fine, just like last time.
Remind me again. Why are we here and not in Jerusalem?
We are assisting the son of an emperor to reclaim his city. Need not tell me what you think about it.
The more progress we make, the more guilty we become, Denz. All this has very little to do with the Lord's word anymore. And that's to say nothing of the Montferrat and his schemes. But hey, as long as there's gold to be had, I guess. And thanks to your promotion, that gold is going to be more accessible than ever.
It appears that the Esteban I know is back. But you do realize that I didn't accept this promotion for gold, right? Besides, I never expected a military promotion to be a problem for you. We're not jealous, are you?
If you are talking about my new tunic, it is only so I look less conspicuous next to you. After all, I don't want people to judge you by your company. And frankly, it's a beautiful cross, isn't it?
It's perfect. It's about as righteous as you are.
I'd like to see you draw a better cross with a brush soaked in pig's blood.
You know, Esteban, there is something dark behind all this. I want to unmask it. We'll see this through to the end.
I am your shadow, Templar de Bayle. Shadow that owes you his life.
All of you, listen to me. For those who don't know me, I am the Templar, Denz de Bayle. I was given command of this detachment on the orders of the High Baron, Lord Boniface de Montferrat. You will obey my voice as though it were his.
Yes, Templar de Bayle!
That was easy, wasn't it?
Our mission is as follows. When the frontal assault begins, we will bypass the Great Wall. Our objective is to destroy their trebuchets and to push through to the rendezvous point, around the Golden Gate. We'll split into two groups. The first, led by Esteban, my right-hand man, will climb the battlement. And the other will stay with me on the bottom of the wall. Understood?
Understood, my lord!
Steel yourselves, Crusaders! We come alongside the shore! We'll be there soon, men! Stay with me!
De Bayle, my young friend.
What a monstrous gate. We're going to need an army of battering rams just to bring it down.
This gate has protected the inner city from assaults for centuries, but today it will give, with or without a battering ram. A ram is nothing compared to the weapon at our disposal. De Bayle!
My lord, you wish to set this gate ablaze in front of the entire army? Are you sure that's a good idea?
The enormity of our task leaves us little choice this time. We'll need to unify our strength. Alone, you could never hope to bring it down. But the four of us, together, we have the power.
So, finally see your handiwork.
Well, one can't lurk in the shadows forever. Soldiers, fall back! Boudoir, with me. Take position in front of the door.
Esteban, I know you don't like this idea. Boniface is right. We have to put our strength together this one time.
I suppose it's just a fancy door after all.
You see, my dear Boudoir, what we are capable of with only four of us? Think of the possibilities after we have amassed an entire army.
I understand, my lord.
Bring up the battering ram and finish the task!
Let's get this over with, Esteban. The door must fall.
You are not ready to walk on the dirt beneath your boots.
Who is this madman?
I am the warden of Constantinople. I am the champion of the Byzantine Empire. I am Tactikios Lente, and I will brave you all.
Champions of Colosseums, not battlefields.
Indeed. This is no playground, friend.
Damned invaders! You will pay for your impudence.
Coward! You're not escaping us!
You are a mighty force indeed, trespassers.
Master Tatakios, let us cover your retreat. Do not dishonor yourself with an unfair fight.
Be wary, Thracians. They are much stronger than they seem, but no matter. The walls of the Yeticule will halt their advance. Templar, we will meet again. You do not belong to hell.
Quite a reception! Those would have gone straight through my doublet.
Yes, I'm afraid we're going to have trouble going through them.
Well, if there's one thing I have learned over the years, it's when you can't win, leave. So much for honor.
C'est la vie. Honor has made more dead men than it has made victors.
Which side are we supposed to run along, Denz? We don't have that many options.
How many times must I tell you? Searching your soul might open up more options?
Usurper Alexius III, both a traitor and a coward, took fright and ran away at the first sight of the crusading army. Alexius IV took advantage of the empty throne and reclaimed it, sharing power with his blinded father, Isaac II. As the Crusaders awaited their contractual payment of 200,000 marks, they settled into the Latin district of the city. Time passed. Days succeeded days, weeks to weeks, and months to months. Denz, my son, while waiting for the crusade to rediscover its purpose and set sail for Jerusalem, investigated de Montferrat's deeds. Esteban made friends easily, and his shrewd bartering offered him and Denz a comfortable way of life. Alas, the information they sought kept slipping from their fingers. Despite de Montferrat's movements in Constantinople, the nature of his actions remained clandestine. It was clear that de Montferrat was looking for something, but the High Baron was too well guarded and Esteban had to keep his distance. Meanwhile, the relationship between the Crusaders and the Byzantines began to sour. The two factions could no longer dwell in the same city. Alexius IV negotiated for more time to gather their fee and settled them across the Bosphorus in hopes of easing the mounting tension. In January 1204, a coup led by a man known as Merciful abruptly ended the agreement between the Crusaders and Alexius IV. Word reached the camp that Merciful had strangled Alexius IV, proclaimed himself Alexius V, and then killed Isaac II. With no means of going home, much less the funding to set out for Jerusalem again, the Crusaders and the Venetians turned their gaze on the wealth that Constantinople had to offer them. In the end, they decided to take possession of its splendor by force.
How did you know this machine is not going to lose its balance and fall right over? I mean, we're pretty high up here.
Oh, you mean to tell me that the agile and spry Esteban is afraid of heights? You should probably stop shaking, or you're going to miss all your shots.
An elite marksman such as I? Wasn't I there to help you win that tournament? You know, I'd wager the reason we were chosen for this mission is because de Villatois saw my perfect aim. He knows that when he needs a crossbow, I'm the man to shoot it.
So it's your fault we're on the front lines. I'll keep that in mind.
Denz, archers! And they have flaming arrows!
We'll have to take them down quickly, Esteban.
Excellent! My superior military strategy triumphs for us all, and the battlement is taken! Well done, soldiers!
His strategy, my eye. That bastardo almost got us crushed by his trebuchets.
Superior tactics indeed. I'm sure they'll name this courtyard after him. We'll see.
Haha! Courtyard de Plunder.
A great man, deserving of his place in history. He will be remembered for these shrubberies. Esteban, look, up there. It's Merciful, the man who started all this.
I think you're right. He's the murderer that the Montferrat is after. But how did you spot him from so far away?
I don't know, but it's strange. I can feel the damned. And if I was able to sense his aura from down here, it must mean he is a very powerful damned soul.
Well then, I guess we'll be walking into the furnace again. Stay on your toes, hombre. Look at them, running around like fools. If they only knew that Merciful is waiting up there in his garden, just a stone's throw away. Come on, Denz! Hold the more glory for us when we capture him!
Devious Esteban would fight for righteous glory? Are you now a lawless man of principles and honor?
Glory, honor, all of that. It's a bit abstract to me. All I know is that when glory shows up, gold usually follows. Ha ha ha!
How did you kill the most elite soldiers of our god?
Tell us which way Merciful went, and your life will be spared, friend. I swear it.
He's most likely in his palace. It doesn't matter anyway. If you continue on this path, that's where you will end up.
Hear me, then. You shall live to see tomorrow. I thought my offer was fair, but you don't seem to value your life.
This is madness!
No. This is the curse!
I knew no simple crusaders would make it this far. But Templars, you are another story. That is why I've prepared a most fitting reception.
You feel safe hiding behind the portcullis? It won't hold us for long.
Perhaps it won't, but them, they'll keep you occupied. Death. You again. You have an annoying habit of staying alive.
And you have an annoying habit of running away like a cobarde!
You know perfectly well why we've come for you, murderer. Constantinople will find an emperor worthy of its throne, once I have made you worm fodder.
You know nothing, boy. The Comanid dynasty has led this empire on a slow path to destruction over the centuries. Alexius IV never deserved the throne. He was a coward and a liar, and he never would have paid you.
So you strangled him? If you plan on ruling your people with the same methods you used to take the throne, Constantinople ill needs an emperor such as you.
I don't care what you think. Since my men couldn't manage to stop you, we'll do it myself!
I have you this time, Merciful! Surrender, now!
You'll never take me alive!
What a coward! I told you he had an annoying habit of running away.
Luckily, we do have an annoying habit of staying alive. Let's get after him, Esteban.
I hope we don't have to go in. Nothing is more irritating to walk in than wet leather. Shrinkage, you know?
Right now, the only irritating thing in the room is you.
The flames of hell will devour you!
Denz, we're not getting through that without getting roasted.
Right. It'll be impossible as long as the curse is active. That coward Merciful is the one keeping it in effect. Let's take him down!
No! 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 I am the Byzantine Emperor! Vagrants! Vagabonds! What do you want of me?
We came to re-establish justice. You strangled Alexius IV and killed his father. How does the saying go? An eye for an eye?
Good point, Denz. I wonder, how shall we strangle you? I think we should draw it out, so you can truly enjoy the last of your hair. Or, we could just hang you. But that would be too quick for a bastardo such as yourself.
No, no. Please.
Then I shall offer you but a single recourse, murderer. A relic is hidden in Constantinople, and I want it. Where is it?
A relic? I don't know. I know nothing about it.
Interesting. I wonder how long it will take your throat to constrict before your eyeballs are dangling on your cheeks, hombre.
Ooh, very nice, Esteban. Your reputation as a world-class torturer is well-deserved.
All right. You win. I'll tell you about the relics.
Wait. Relics? How many are there exactly?
Let him speak, Esteban.
There are two of them in Constantinople. The first is a spear.
And where exactly can we find it?
It rests in the capitolium, the heart of the city.
Got it. And the second one?
The crown of thorns. Find Princess Theodora. She knows where it is. I've told you everything I know. I prefer that you kill me now. Anything is better than being turned over to those cursed High Barons.
It is in this act that you shall see the difference between us, Merciful. I am no murderer. For the honor of the Templars courses within my veins.
You are a good man, Templar, and you carry the soul of a noble knight. But you are damned, just like me. And we'll meet again. In hell.
At last, we have arrived.
The Capitolium. Is this considered hallowed ground?
It is sacred. The sanctuary of the relic we have come for.
Finally putting your cards on the table, de Montferrat?
It's of little use to continue the charade. Your orders are to enter that building and retrieve the relic, de Bayle.
And what makes you think I won't disappear with it?
Because without the fragment, which is already in my possession, the other relic is useless. When you return, all we have to do is arrive at a suitable arrangement.
If it means so much to you, why not get it yourself, de Montferrat?
Come now. Will you not accept the honor of being entrusted with a mission of such vital importance? Now go and be quick about it. We will protect the entrance to the yard. I've been searching for this relic for far too long, de Bayle. Do not disappoint me.
Whatever is left of the spear in this box is yet another relic of the crucifixion, Esteban.
What you have in your hands might as well be the reason we attacked Constantinople, hombre. The reason why so many lives were lost. This very reason, and none other.
We should take it and leave. We can't let de Montferrat use it for whatever he's scheming.
You know that de Montferrat is going to unleash his entire pack on us, don't you? This is very risky, but you're right. I don't want to see his plan come to fruition any more than you do. And if we don't steal that thing, I'll have missed out on the biggest heist of my entire life.
In this case, the theft is just, Esteban. Esteban! The spear it once was is a holy relic. Do you know what this means? One of us may be able to free himself.
Denz? Any suggestions?
Ah, here you are, de Bayle. And I was afraid you would try to give me the slip.
We won't let you get your hands on the relic, de Montferrat.
Come now, you wouldn't know the first thing about what to do with it. Give it to me, and I shall share its powers with you. Come, young de Bayle, don't you see? Together we can become masters of the East, from Europe to the Orient.
I desire no such conquests. These relics should never be used to gather power. I'll bring them to my father. He will know what to do with them.
Jean de Bayle has no more answers than you do. Besides, had he listened to me, he would be by my side now, instead of wandering like a vagrant in the deserts of Syria.
I knew you had met my father in the past. He is a man of justice. It comes as no surprise to me that he chose not to follow you.
Your father was nothing but a fool. He cost me years of valuable time. And that deceitful Martin Delgase was just as much a thorn in my side. No wonder they were such great friends. Is the son as foolish as the father? I had thought him smarter. Consider carefully, Denz. I never swear my oaths more than once.
Denz, I don't want to die. There are only two of us, and they're far too many. De Montferrat, if it's the spear you want, there you have it!
Nice try.
You got to admit it was pretty close.
The Spaniard's answer goes for both of us. I would never make a deal with you. Hell itself would be hard-pressed to open its dark gates for your kind. De Montferrat, I will use the relics to find redemption. As for you, the end has come!
So... You see, de Bayle, you should have taken my offer. You let Merciful go free, but I am not so merciful.
Esteban! Esteban!
I'm all right, hombre. I was just taking a little siesta. But what's going on here? Is this it? Are we dead?
You are still alive. For now. You are damned. You are delicacies. I am the one who will draw the final breath from your souls. Then, I will escort you to your eternal silence.
We have already defeated you twice. We do not fear you. We can't get any closer, Esteban. We must find a way to match its power.
Look at the light. Over there. I recognize it. He'll lead us, like a lighthouse to the shore.
And we have no time to spare. We haven't a moment to lose. Let's not linger here.
Wait a second. I am quite disappointed. Not even a single coin. Just this miserable piece of wood.
This piece of wood is more valuable than all the gold in the world, Esteban. Well done!
Let's get out of here. Boniface may be down, but he's not out. He better not stick around.
I know. Won't hesitate to use the full extent of his might against us. His men will be on us like bloodhounds on the hunt.
Nice line. Perhaps you are becoming a warrior poet, hombre.
How are we supposed to find the princess? We hardly know this city. Don't even know where we're going.
Look! It's them! Yes, I can already taste that reward!
I told you it was time to get going. Oh, great! A dead end!
It's the last thing we needed.
We're going to be in deep trouble very quickly, Denz.
Tell me, what would your lucky star have us do in a time like this?
She would tell us to run away as quickly as our legs can carry us. And since that's impossible, she says to strengthen the door that separates us from our pursuers.
We need a decisive end to this argument. The kind that is 50 feet high, weighs about 6 Spanish cows worth, and would be imposing enough to seal the way for good.
Say, the kind of decisive end an antique stone pillar would make?
It's under construction. Let's burn those wooden pallets. The weight of the column should take care of the rest.
Denz! Hide!
I remember him, Esteban. That's our old friend, the captain of the guard of Constantinople.
What was his name again?
Lente. Tatakios Lente.
Monsters! They've brought down the column of Theodosius! Barbarians! We must put a stop to their crimes! Those flat dogs think they can do as they please here. They bring only violence and destruction to our city. Sin guides their hands. Avarice is their only creed. With our whips at their backs, they will rebuild our city with the same fervor they put into destroying it. In this moment, however, it is crucial to contain their assault and aid the citizens of our fair city. We are the guardians of Constantinople. I'm counting on you, my faithful warriors. I must go to the Great Palace. Defend that passage at all cost. We will meet again, warriors, here or in the afterlife.
You know, Denz, I've seen a lot of places in my life. But look at this huge square. Hombre, I've never seen anywhere so big. Look at the size of that column. Have you ever seen such a monument?
Men are capable of building true marvels. What a shame that they show as much ardor in destroying them. But try to stay focused, Esteban. Alas, no time to be tourists.
And each time we step off their path, we find amazing treasures. Madre de Dios! What a fight! Now to see what they've got in their pockets.
I warned you that our alliance would cease at the end of the fight.
You're making a mistake. We are not your foes.
Captain, at last! Here you are!
We are overwhelmed. We must fall back to the palace. Only you can give that order.
Very well. Fall back we shall. Defending the Imperial family is our highest priority.
Tatakios, allow us to join you. The threat that this empire faces goes beyond the sack of its beautiful city.
And you lack men. You cannot turn down 2 more blades in your ranks.
Enough! You too are responsible for the very situation you described. The enemies of my enemies do not have to be my friends.
Let's slaughter these fools!
No. You help me. And for that, I will spare your lives. Consider us even.
But Grumpy Denz, he's right after all. We're not on the same side. Don't be too hasty, hombre. We will do what we do best. Cling to the shadows at a distance. Oh, come on! Don't be like that! You'll still get your princess, hero! There's one nice thing I can cross off my list, de Flander. I've dreamt of seeing you eat dust.
Tatakios, listen to me. De Montferrat covets the relic the princess possesses. She's in grave danger, and you won't be able to protect her without our help.
You saved my life once again, but I do not trust you. Your words are a mask to your dark intentions.
Don't be ridiculous, Tatakios. Don't you see that de Montferrat is our enemy? Who knows what he's got up his sleeve for these relics?
We think he's going to use the crucifixion relics to carry out some kind of ritual of Ascension. You must help us stop him, Tatakios. Lead us to the princess.
What guarantee do I have that you won't turn against me at your first advantage?
The word of a Templar. Our oaths are never sworn more than once.
I will trust you then. What choice do I have? I want to believe, in the name of the princess, that I will not come to regret this.
You won't, warrior.
Denz? Where did de Flander go?
He got away. Something tells me we haven't heard the last of him, Esteban.
If the size of this door indicates what's lurking behind it, I'd rather not meet the beast.
No beast here, stranger. Only the might of an empire, and the sacred power of its holy people. The same nobility and ideals that you false Christians came to trample.
Lente, call me a false Christian one more time, and
Enough, both of you. We have better things to do than quarrel like this.
Princess! Thank God you're safe. Princess, mute or not, I see in your eyes the relief that my arrival is to you. They speak 1,000 words.
Princess, you have in your possession something of great importance. A holy relic of Christ. An object that is something like a crown. Please, can you point us in its direction?
You can trust him, Princess. The word of a Templar is his bond.
De Bayle, I know you're in there.
Last time I heard that voice, it was fading away as he was being crushed by a huge column. Don't tell me.
De Bayle, don't be a fool. We may yet find a way to come to a mutual agreement. Will you at least hear me?
Listen, Tatakios. Boniface no longer possesses any relics. Any threat he posed has been blunted. We need not fear going out to meet him. Boniface,
You've lost everything, and yet you still persist. How can you call for an agreement when you have nothing to offer?
Nothing to offer? This will surprise you then. You see, while you struggled to find your princess, I worked to find what she hid. The crown of thorns.
Boniface, I see only a cross.
You fool. The crown fell to dust ages ago. Only its petrified thorns remain.
The crown of Christ! So that was the relic we were looking for.
Yes. To think, who would have thought anything of such a modest-looking relic? De Bayle, you have been eager to learn of my motivations for a long time. I would like to introduce you to a friend. He is thrice your size and not much of a conversationalist, but I am sure you'll like him. After all, you've brought me the final piece of the puzzle I sought to solve. A direct servant of God. Yes, De Bayle. Witness the true power of the relics. Hell draws near. Demon of the unfathomed nether! You've been tiresome, De Bayle. Time to put an end to this.
You swine! She was an innocent girl! She didn't deserve this!
So, De Bayle, still not interested in reaching a mutual accord?
I will give you the relics. Free Esteban!
It seems you do know when to exercise discretion. Give me the relics. Now! De Bayle, I told you that you would like my friend. I get the impression that he likes you too. I'll leave you to your fun now.
Esteban!
You saved my life again, Denz. I may never be able to get things square with you.
You've already done more than enough, Esteban, and there's more to come. I can't kill that thing on my own. Let's surround him, Esteban.
Denz, I know those relics were very important to you. But thank you for saving my life again, amigo.
It's the least I could do. I know you would have done the same.
Lead the way, hombre. An old cobarde is probably waiting for us. If we can defeat his monsters, we should be able to take care of him too.
We haven't a moment to lose. Montferrat has 3 relics now.
All we have to do is find our way to the Basilica, hombre.
Traitors! Line up with the enemy! In hell!
Why exactly would Boniface want to carry out the ritual here? It is a sacred place, so he won't be able to use the curse, right?
I'm finally starting to understand Esteban. He's trying to bring the power of hell to Earth. And to do that, he needs sacred ground. Somewhere that acts as a gateway between the plane of the divine and our world.
So what you're trying to say is that churches can work as some kind of portal?
That may be possible indeed, Esteban. Montferrat could bring an entire army of demons through a place like this. And all that, thanks to the power of the relics.
That's ridiculous. The relics of the crucifixion are pure. One would never be able to use them to do evil.
Just as God allows evil to exist in our world, so too are his relics neither good nor evil, Esteban. They simply act as a vessel to those who would desire to use them.
Hombre, the only reason I would use them would be to prevent my soul from roasting in hell for eternity.
Then let our blades rise from their sheaths, provided that they prevent de Montferrat from achieving his sinister ambitions.
You! It's over, de Montferrat! Your army is all but ruined, and we have vanquished any men who would swear allegiance to you. Surrender yourself!
My army is in ruins, you say? Are you so sure of that? An army of mortal soldiers was far too fallible. My new legion shall leave only embers and desolation in their wake. With these relics, I am able to summon the most powerful demons to this world. All without relying on the curse. When I find him, I'll give my condolences to Jean.
No effortless task. But 3? And without the curse? This is impossible!
Do you remember our talk about warriors' honor, hombre? Denz! I thought you said we couldn't leave this thing alive! Yet you're running away?
No, Esteban, just improvising.
Oh, good! Let me know when you have a real plan!
Let's lead him to the Bosporus, Esteban. Going to need heavy weaponry to send this horror back to hell. Esteban, let's use the ballista to send this abomination back from whence it came.
After you, Denz.
The head! Aim for its head! Nice shot, my friend.
I couldn't agree more, hombre. Would you please be kind enough to drop us off on the other side?
Aye, but isn't your tunic a bit, off, Templar?
Well, I had to restore its nice red hue with what I had available at the time. If you catch my drift.
Ah, I think I see, yes. Forget I asked.
So Denz, our next stop is Syria, right?
Yes, Esteban. You guide me there.
Well, we have nothing left to do here, hombre. It's not like I've got any plans. Ah!
With Merciful turned loose, and Tatakios Lente slain, no one remained to organize the defenses of Constantinople. Wild with rage, the Crusaders pillaged, burnt, and massacred to their dark hearts' content. The city was sacked for 3 days straight, and vast quantities of priceless art and timeless texts were lost forever. The Crusaders committed many atrocities. They tore the jewels from chalices and overflowed them with sacred wine that fueled their drunken rampage. They broke down the altar of the Hagia Sophia and stole its ornaments. They brought pack mules into the churches to carry off the sacred vases, and they chipped silver and gold from the pulpits, the lecterns, and the doors. Greed consumed them. The Crusaders had sworn on their holy gospels to cross the Christian lands in peace. They had sworn they would never deviate from their path and would raise their weapons only against the Saracens. These oaths were trampled and corrupted with each act of barbarism they enacted. The crusade itself had been used as a political tool, a tool of greed and of death. It became an impious weapon, and it spilled innocent blood. After the seizure of Constantinople, the journey to Jerusalem was no longer feasible nor desired. De Montferrat was the natural choice to be crowned the new king, but he disappeared under mysterious circumstances, leaving the throne to his loyal right-hand man, Baudouin de Flandre, who was crowned Emperor of the Byzantine Empire May 16, 1204. He respected the agreements with the Venetians and offered them 3/8 of the empire. As for Denz and Esteban, they reached the opposite shore of the Bosporus and took the road to Syria, leaving behind the chaos and injustice. The Spaniard had already traveled in these distant lands. Thus, he led my son into the unknown. Their destination was the Croix de Xavier, now an antiquated fortress, the very same place where the tale of the Cursed Crusade began. Thus, Denz now continues his quest for redemption, turning to a page of history that I have not yet read.
So, that is the Croix de Xavier.
Yes. This fortress was erected by your Templar ancestors, and not even Saladin himself could take it by force of arms.
Not surprising. It's huge. Do you think he's still here?
There's only one way to find out.
Wait. There's an evil presence in this place. It's powerful.
Another one of your premonitions. Generally speaking, those are bad omens.
He summoned us to kill you. Die!
Kill me? What the? This man is not dead. Is he some kind of demon?
No. He's only here to keep the portal open. This hole is nothing but a passageway. From hell. It's up to us to seal it.
A handkerchief? We came all this way for a handkerchief?
This is no simple handkerchief, Esteban. Not in a chest like this.
Then perhaps it is a holy handkerchief.
This handkerchief, as you keep calling it, is, if I'm right, Shroud of Christ. The Holy Shroud itself. And it was most certainly my father who hid it here.
Denz, there's some sort of scroll inside the chest. Do you think it is perhaps a holy...
No, Esteban, it's just a scroll.
My dear son, if you are reading these words, you have undoubtedly followed in my footsteps to this place, as I had hoped you would. To have found it, you have truly become a worthy man. Even in your youth, your mother and I loved to point out how you exhibited the makings of a Templar. Unfortunately, the situation at hand is grave. I am writing you this message because I was not able to free our family from the Templar's curse. Know that I tried, tirelessly. The eternal warring between Crusader and Saracen made things no easier for me. But I will not make excuses. I am not one of those men of court, troubled by the slightest vexations. I have taken the road to the south again. Not the one to Jerusalem, no, but the road to a place that your mother longed to see with her own eyes. You know the place I am referring to, do you not? Take this relic, the Holy Shroud, and meet me there. I shall await your arrival. You must also beware of Boniface. That malefactor must never lay his hands on the relic. I entrust this task to you. The peace of Christ be with you, my son.
The place my mother used to dream of seeing. A feline with a man's face.
Is that the Sphinx of Giza? That's in Egypt.
Cairo. Yes.
Denz?
I'm listening, my friend.
You know you have a relic now. Maybe now, you can finally undo the curse that has fallen upon your family.
Perhaps I could, yes. But beating the curse today would be pointless. Without my father, I'll never reclaim our land and castle. And the honor of my family would be soiled forever.
You, Esteban. You have no reason to follow me any further. You have done deeds far greater than repaying any sort of blood debt. Take this relic, and with it, free your soul.
There's no time to waste, hombre. The road to Cairo will be long, and I won't let you savor killing all those demons on your own. What's worse, you know what happens when me and my lucky star are not around. You get yourself into trouble.
Ha! As if things are any different when you're around. This desert is going to kill us if we are not careful.
Fear not. Deserts, you know. I've traveled through my share of them. And this one doesn't scare El Señor Noviembre. Any more than the others, anyway.
The tactful Esteban has, in fact, not changed one bit. It seems the desert is not the only thing that may get us killed.
Boniface will never give up. He'll always be a step behind us. Or your father.
Well then, let's not drag this out, my friend. I can't let him find my father before we do.
Month of May. I've hidden the relic that Boniface so desperately seeks inside the imposing walls of the Croix de Xavier. Could he find it there? While in my heart I know that is a possibility, I can only pray he does not. The reason I hid it there was as a means to deliver it unto my son. I believe in Denz. I know he will not disappoint me. Alas, Boniface. He surely believes that I am still in possession of the relic. I know that he is ever stalking my shadow, and so time is of the essence. That is why I travel now not to Jerusalem, where he would know to look, but to Cairo, in hopes that I might finally reunite with my son.
My old friend, it has been such a long time.
Suddenly, I find myself wondering if perhaps I underestimated my old adversary. Boniface de Montferrat, is your crusade finished?
Not quite. I'm still missing a thing or two. You know of what I speak.
What I know is that you are no match for me.
You are no more than an old relic yourself, Denz de Bayle. Your strength has waned since the days when we fought side by side.
I have lived well. I regret nothing.